Welcome back, you guys. This is Kamila Gornia, and this is Heart Behind Hustle. I'm so excited to be here with you because as I've created multiple Instagram accounts now for the same business, I've had quite a few people who have messaged me saying that they are considering doing the same for whatever reason that might be. But yet there's a lot of fear about whether that's a good decision for you, whether you should even take and create a new Instagram account, and how you can make sure that you're happy with your decision. Now, I've created other videos about all of these topics, so I'm not going to talk about that. But today I wanted to share with you some advice or some tips that I have experienced in my own life that have allowed me to feel actually very happy with the decision to start a new Instagram account from scratch. But now, if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be updated about future entrepreneurship and marketing and sales video. This is a place for online coaches and service providers and other entrepreneurs who are wanting to actually grow their business with heart and strategy. As you decide to create a new Instagram account from scratch, starting from zero, I want you to first take a deep breath and know that it's okay. It's okay that you're going to start from zero. It doesn't mean that you're not good. It doesn't mean that you have to struggle in a process. It doesn't mean that people are going to judge you because you're starting from zero. So for any emotion that might be coming up, I want you to acknowledge and identify what is that thought that's actually coming up. Because a lot of times we feel really attached to the number that we've built up, right? Whether you've gotten to 10,000 followers or 5,000 followers or 500 or 50,000, whatever that number might be, it's easy to feel really attached. But if you're not getting the results that you want, or you feel like you've gotten all those people are not the right people, or they're ghost followers, or they're fake followers, or you're not getting the right reach because of all these different factors, then what are you really attached to? Is it that maybe you feel validated by this number and feel like, oh, but people will think that I'm good enough, or people will think that I'm successful, when you and I both know that's not the determining factor for success. Sales are. Is your Instagram account driving sales already? Is it to the level that you know you're capable of? So whatever the number of followers you have doesn't really matter if you're not hitting your main objective and your main goals. So you need to be ruthless when it comes to identifying those goals and really acting like a CEO, detaching and not taking things personally from the personal emotion of like, oh my gosh, but I work so hard. Yeah, and you can start from scratch and you can get there again. And it doesn't have to be as hard if you do it in a way that's consistent and all that sort of thing. Number two is that if you've already built up an audience on your current Instagram account and you decide to start a new one, keep in mind that you can move some of those old followers who actually want to be there to the new account. That is not out of the question. So I probably moved, I would say 40% of my Instagram followers from my old account into the new account. All I did is just reached out to the people that I wanted to follow me in that new account. I saw that they're ideal clients. I literally just let them know. There's nothing weird or fancy, or there's no tech you need to do. It's just going to take time. And obviously, if you have 50,000 followers, it's going to take quite a bit more time. You can post about it on your Instagram, your old Instagram. You can make stories about it. You know, you can just go and message those people, message the people who are already following you and let them know, hey, this is no longer an Instagram account I'm going to be focusing on. Find me on a new one. Here's why. If not, no worries. And there is no worries because you can't be attached to whether they continue following you or not, because this is a great opportunity for you to get rid of people who don't want to be there. They don't have to follow you. And that's a good thing. You want a really nice, quality audience. You want people who want to be there, who will want to buy, who are actually ideal clients, not just bodies. So it's a very different mindset you need to have, especially as you're moving into creating this new account. Number three, what is going to be your strategy moving forward? What are you going to be doing differently that will actually ensure that you're satisfied with the progression of your new Instagram account? So what has been wrong in the previous account that you feel got you the results that you weren't happy with? Is it that you are using some third-party tools that you're not supposed to? Were you very inconsistent, so all the people that followed you forgot who you were and they didn't care about you? Or is it something else? And how can you make a plan to ensure that your new Instagram account doesn't fall into the same issues? Do you need to create a content plan, a content strategy? Do you need to start scheduling some posts? What can you do to make it easier? And what I want to share is what I have done that has allowed me to actually focus on my new Instagram account and actually feel really good with it, because I had my old account and I had a second account and I have my third account now, and it wasn't until this current account, literally the last 2 months, that I actually feel aligned with posting on Instagram and being engaged and being present on the app. And every other time in the past, I was wondering why I wasn't getting results, but it's because my presence, my energy wasn't really there. I was more so focusing on Facebook and Facebook groups, which is great, and that's totally fine. I have found that typically the platform that you focus most of your time and energy on is the one that grows the most. And that's why Instagram, you could tell my energy just wasn't there. And that's why my results weren't quite there either. And, I would post once, not see a lot of results, and then be like, screw this, it's not working, when you just need to be posting a little bit more. All the people need to see it. With Instagram, what I have done over the last few months that has really helped me is getting into a content plan and a content calendar, a content strategy, whatever you want to call it. I mean, these are all different things, but basically having an idea and intention for posting, right? So having a vision for what you want your Instagram account to be. How do you want the experience to be with your ideal clients when they land on your account? Do you want them to feel entertained? Do you want them to feel educated? Do you want them to feel like, wow, this is a place I can go to learn X, Y, and Z? I need to tell my friends about this account, right? Because if your account is purely just selling, which I see a lot of people just creating, accounts where they're just selling and that's all they're doing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you have an e-commerce business, but if you're a service-based entrepreneur or a personal brand, you're going to need to blend in some value in there, right? Otherwise, people are not going to be that excited. All they're going to be hammered with are sales messages. And the truth of the matter is that people love to buy, but they hate being sold to. They don't want you to tell them that you need to buy. They want to make the decision on their own that they want to buy, that they are convinced on their own based on your just presence, based on you just showing up and saying things that make them believe that you actually do know what you're talking about. And that's what gets sales to happen so much easier. Now, I'm not saying not to sell, do sell, but you need to make sure that you're also providing value. You're entertaining, you're educating, you're showing up, you're there, your energy is there. And energy is so important for any success on any platform, really. What I have found to be very helpful is batching my content. I typically will spend one day a week planning out my content for the week, creating it on Photoshop or whatever, writing out captions, maybe filming a few reels. I do multiple posts at a time and I schedule them out in Planoly for the static posts. I schedule them out, I get them to be scheduled, and I usually will post them at various times throughout the day to kind of see what time works best. And that gives me a lot more freedom to not have to be on social media 24/7, but be on there enough so that it feels like I'm connected, my presence is there, my energy is there. To me, I would say probably 30 minutes a day is enough, right? It's not a whole lot of time, but it's enough for me to feel like I'm present and my energy is there. Also, what's been really helpful is just experimenting with different types of content and different types of posts. So not just creating static posts, not just creating testimonials and that's it, really experimenting and seeing what your ideal clients would want to see. What kind of posts are they excited about? Is it carousels? Is it static posts? Is it reels? Is it videos? And what do you say in each that gets them really excited to not only comment or but also save the post or even share the post with a friend or on their story. Now, these types of content will help you grow a lot faster because it will get you to show up in front of more people's algorithms. It will get directly other people to see, which will therefore increase your followers and of course, therefore also your sales, as long as you have the right strategy in place that are attracting those clients. So with that last piece I wanted to mention is that I also really use my social media, my Instagram, as a sales channel. I use it as a part of my funnel. I don't sell all the time, but I do make it very clear that I am a business coach, that I have offers to sell. So I don't shy away from that, right? I do segue that in while still providing value and being entertaining and all that stuff. And pretty much almost every day, I move people into my next step, which is buying my course, DMing me to talk about private coaching, or watching my webinar, which will therefore also sell my course, right? And any other things that I do, I also kind of talk about here and there as well. It is so important for you not to shy away from talking about your offers, feeling like, oh, I just have to share everything for free. Yes, I do want you to share a lot for free. And you also need to make it clear that you can work with people, you can help people, and you can get paid for it, because not everyone's meant to say yes to your offer. You only need a few people. If you're charging, appropriately for your private services, you don't need everyone to say yes to you, right? You just need a few people to hit your monetary goals. This is what's so beautiful about having the right offers in place and having your Instagram in a way that allows you to foster conversations and knowing how to use those conversations effectively to get those sales. And that's something that I teach in my training. So I do have a training that you can check out where you can learn more about this process. I'll share with you how the serve to sell method works and how my clients are getting to 10K months by basically getting book solid with clients and what they need to do on an ongoing basis to keep attracting clients. It's really awesome. So the link is down below. You can definitely check that out. Highly recommended. And my last tip as well is to make sure that you're prioritizing your health. So if you're finding that you're spending a lot of time scrolling on Instagram for no reason whatsoever, you're just kind of getting in the habit of scrolling, right? Really catch yourself and identify why you're doing that. Are you bored? Is there something better that you can do? Because most of the time when people tell me that they're spending all day on social media and they're not getting results, it's not because they're posting, it's not because they're interacting with ideal clients or having DM conversations or, getting on stories, because you don't need to do those things that much. It's because they're just scrolling and they're just like comparing themselves to others and they think that they need to be doing more and they're just starting to get pulled in all these directions when you don't have to, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. Getting distracted is like the worst thing you can do when it comes to your business, because that's how you lose clarity, because it's not that hard to get clients on any social media platform. It's just conversations. It's just human connection. Yeah, you have to know how to do that. But the most important thing is that you're doing it and prioritizing that. Most people aren't. Most people think that clients should be popping out of thin air or you should have passive income when you don't have an audience, right? It doesn't work like that. I just see so many people talking about that and it kind of frustrates me because there's a better way to make money online, and it's by your gifts and skills and your ability to serve others and just doing that. Like, you don't need any bells and whistles. And your Instagram account, when it's new, when you have that right intention, can support you in getting to your first 10K month and moving on from there. So if this was helpful, let me know. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.